Yes, it is that time. NBA Chatroom. It is Wednesday. It is 7 p.m. Eastern. You are on youtube.com/sportsnet, where if you haven't already, you should hit subscribe. I'm not going to tell people where the comment section is today. I feel like they can see it.
I think they'll be able to find it.
It's right there. Feel free to send in your comments. We are live. We are interactive. We are Canada's show talking about the NBA and the Raptors. And, of course, part of that is all of you.
Yes.
So send in your comments. Whose fit is better? I think it's a no-brainer today.
Thanks, Faze. Appreciate that.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to talking about?
The post-life without Kawhi.
Yeah.
The Raptors are still a franchise, and they're still relevant.
All right. That's a tease. It's the tip-off. Let's get into it. First thing I got to ask you.
Yes.
You tired? It's a couple West Coast late night
games.
Goodness,
Back-to-back nights.
I'm like feeling it today. Like we're old and washed-ish right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and I meant you by we. Yeah.
I thought now that the Warriors suck again, I wouldn't have to stay up late, but no.
The Lakers and Clips are good, and the Raptors.
Yes.
Raptors showed they were too, and we're gonna get into some of that. Let's start though with the Kawhi game in itself. They obviously lose the game. It wasn't really about that in a lot of ways. It was about the feelings. What did seeing Kawhi play again against the Raptors and in and around them on the same court make you feel?
Well, first of all, I rate Fred VanVleet, who said, no, we're not into moral victories. Like, we've played well against him, but he still got the dub. But it made me believe, it made me feel that they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. And not only are they good without Kawhi, they were good against Kawhi defensively. On back-to-back nights, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, two guys who physically can take over games, they held them to a combined 25 points.
Yeah.
And the job they did specifically on Kawhi, when you look at the year he was having, a load-managed year, which let us know in the comments how you feel about that, but look at the year he was having when he was playing, and then you look at what they did, sending him bodies after bodies after bodies.
Yeah.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't
lie.
They did a great job against him defensively, and I love that Kawhi said post-game that was the most aggressive in their coverages. He has seen them.
They didn't even do that when he was there.
Correct.
When he was on the Raptors as the best defensive player in the league, they were not that aggressive with their defense. And look at the numbs, they speak for themselves. The question was, and I don't mean to cut you off, it's just, I barely get a time to speak when you're here these days. It's what did seeing Kawhi play against the Raptors make you feel? And I haven't felt this way up until this point. It made me kind of feel sad. Kind of make me feel sad. And I was never Kawhi, how dare you leave? Because I'm happy the guy is going to do what he wants and go on with your players, make your choice. It just made me feel like this Raptors team with Kawhi Leonard on it would have been so damn good again. The East, there's so many questions. There wouldn't have been if the Raptors had Kawhi Leonard on that team. It would have been a clear-cut favorite in the Eastern Conference. Still amongst the best teams in the East, and we'll talk about that in a hot second. But it made me feel sad in a way that I don't think I felt in the build-up to that game.
Can I say I've also felt sad, but for Kawhi?
He's happy. I think he's happy.
I'm sure he is. And listen, he went home, and I rate that. In your own building, when your heir apparent, Pascal Siakam, is getting MVP chance.
Yeah.
That's the love that he's not getting from Clippers fans, because they don't exist.
So what made the performance against the Clippers and, of course, the performance against the Lakers so damn impressive was the fact that the Raptors were super shorthanded. Even before the Lakers game on Sunday, Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry, both injured. That happened in the Pelicans game, the game before, and then add an OG injury early in the Clippers game, and you're without three pretty big rotation pieces. But a bench has emerged. And a week ago, we were talking about how little of a bench Nick Nurse had. Now we're talking about, hey, man, there's some depth here. So how do you think the Raptors fare through these injuries?
It wasn't just that they had three rotation guys injured early in the year, a team where we weren't sure about the depth. Three rotation guys in Lowry, Ibaka, and OG, who were all having career years.
Yep.
And the fact that a bunch of guys who we weren't sure could even play at this level, some of which were undrafted, we're not just playing for the Raptors, we're starting the fourth quarter against two of the best teams in the league. It was Siakam in the bench, and I loved the fact that they gave energy and effort all night.
One thing I loved about the Lakers game, in the fourth quarter, the Raptors were playing three guys that were undrafted. Fred VanVleet, Terrence Davis, and Chris Boucher. A 27th pick in Pascal Siakam, and Rondé Bleepin Hollis Jefferson, who was playing really his first significant minutes of the season. And they kind of dominated with LeBron and AD on the floor, which was so impressive to me, and it speaks volumes to Nick Nurse as a coach. And I figured if the Raptors didn't have enough depth, maybe Nick Nurse himself could step on the court. And I don't know if you saw this video that came out over the last week. My guy fadeaway. Hit him with the fadeaway. Hit him with the fadeaway. Nick Nurse
a little one-leg Dirk.
Yeah, might get a little 10-day for himself. I think he's rocking some Jordan 11s there too. Okay. So Nick Nurse styling and profiling.
He's got his own commercial. He's got some J11s. Plus, he's got his own hat. I think we need to give him some respect.
Of course,
his name should be Coach of the Year, because not only did he play those young guys, they went on a 17-7 run to start the fourth. The guy who came in for Matt Thomas, also undrafted, Fred VanVleet. So not only do we rate Nick Nurse 905, and what they've done to develop those guys is why they're in this position with so much depth.
And this is why I felt, as we go into our last headline here, the Raptors are being slept on this offseason. We talked about it in our first show, and again, people were laughing at me for saying the Raptors are a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. I felt as if Pascal Siakam showed enough without Kawhi last year, 24 points a game in the 22 games Kawhi didn't play, to warrant number 1 options without the scrutiny that came with, oh, will he get there, will he get there? Were the Raptors slept on this offseason? Because I feel like you were one of the people that kind of napping.
Yeah, listen, guilty as charged. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't think Pascal Siakam was going to go from most improved player to, once again, most improved player. But because he's now gone from 100-1 in MVP odds to 40-1. And I think it's going to go even more in that direction. So yeah, I'm guilty as charged. It's a credit to them because you're not supposed to be able to lose Danny Green, lose Kawhi Leonard, and still play at such a high level.
I laughed at the people who had teams like Orlando, Detroit, over the Raptors. What did they do to suggest they'd be better than a team that lost Kawhi Leonard but still had a championship core, a championship coach, and Masai Bleepin Ujiri, right? Like what? The answer was nothing, right? And so this Raptors team, with a 5-time All-Star still running point at Kyle Lowry.
Oh, give me that block.
Oh my God, the block was amazing, and we'll see that again too. That we're going to, I don't even know what I was saying. The block was so damn nice. But again, what I mean is, the depth on that team is why that shouldn't have been slept on. The coaching, the management around this team is why they shouldn't have been slept on. They won a lot of games without Kawhi last year. That gave them enough credibility, even in a small sample size, to suggest that they were going to be good, and now they're proving it.
I apologize for sleeping on you. Please stop commenting, saying I'm a hater. I apologize.
Speaking of sleep, a lot of Raptors fans will be catching up on that after some West Coast games this week on the road, where, again, the Raptors have looked pretty damn good. Your comments look pretty damn good as well. Let's get to the second quarter and talk to y'all. People are all over the place today. People are all over the place. You guys need to rein it in. We appreciate it, but rein it in a tiny bit, all right? All right, let's get to some feedback here because it's coming in. Nomad writes in, injury bug, LOL. Ever heard of load management? That's how you prevent it. Have you heard of load management?
I have.
Okay.
I am a fan of it, but you can't load manage everybody. What, Kyle and Serge
Everybody
and OG?
gets load managed.
You're going to load manage for someone potentially being poked in the eye by accident? I'm with you on Kyle, maybe be managed, but the rest of them, someone's got to play.
Someone's got to play. Right now, the team that is playing is pretty good, including one, Chris Boucher.
Yes.
We're debating the nicknames here, okay?
Oh, please.
What was yours?
Let us know. Bloc Quebecois.
All right.
Get it?
Yeah. And I like Swatter Boy.
Okay.
Boucher. Remember, like I explained this earlier.
Do we not like the nickname that he has and gave to himself?
Which is?
Slim Duck. I'll take that as a no.
You don't get to give your own nickname. Is Boucher about to have an extended run?
I think
after the boys come back?
I think so.
He's shown it, right? He's shown he deserves it.
Yeah, and by the way, who commented saying that Marc Gasol should be on the bench?
Who's gonna start right now, homie?
Boucher? Like, no, let's not get crazy. But no, I think whether it's at the 5 or even at the 4 or at the 3, which he's played in the preseason.
Yeah, there's some versatility with him, man.
If he's wetting threes, why not?
Also, shout out O'Shea Brissett. Getting the call up, I should just say.
Yes.
Another Saga City boy.
Yeah.
Getting in, joining the team on the West Coast with all the injuries. Yo, the Phoenix Suns are pretty good. And I don't know if this is a Phoenix Suns stan or not, because the nickname is Inferno. Fire, Suns, get it?
Monty Williams, are you watching?
Can the Suns sustain their level of play this season? I wanted to go deeper on this a week ago, but we just ran out of time. We talked about the Lakers a lot more. They're one of the only teams, top 10 offense, top 10 defense right now. They almost beat the Lakers a couple nights ago, a couple layups short, Kyler Murray courtside. I still think they're very good, which it's shocking to say.
And quiet as kept, Booker is one of the most efficient scorers in the league. And my concern with them coming in, because I thought they were going to take a jump, is the division that they play in. You've got the Lakers, the Clippers, the Warriors. You thought the Kings were going to take a step. The Warriors are now trash, and the Kings, well, they're still the Kings.
So what's the biggest surprise for you this season? Mario Cernva asks, what's been the biggest surprise for you this season?
Maybe all of the Raptors stands will get off my back when I say this, but it's been the Raptors. Listen, they're top 5 in net rating. They're 5th at 5.5. I didn't expect that. I thought they would be 5th at this time in the conference, and I thought that would be a plus. The fact that Pascal is legitimately an all-NBA guy and potentially maybe
Do you want to apologize again for the hate that came with the preseason?
I'm saying my bad, and people are upset at me.
I'm just saying
for not having this sort of foresight.
I'm just saying, say it again. Say it again.
Was it who?
Yeah, there's some people. Yeah, we see you in the comments. We're gonna get to them in a little bit. Again, tell your friends to tell their friends. YouTube.com/sportsnet. It is getting wild up in here right now. So we're gonna take a little break to have some fun. We'll come back with some reaction, get to more of your questions, so put them in. But stretch your legs, stretch your arms. It's halftime. Halftime is turning out to be one of my favorite parts of this show for a couple reasons. One, I get a free shoe cleaning when we do put water in your cup, as we did today, as you know what time it is. Pour one out for the homies in the NBA that just didn't have it this week.
Yep, the homies we lost in the struggle.
You ready?
Struggle is guarding in the NBA.
Yeah, well, the struggle is inbounding
Apparently.
as well. Pour one out for Dejounte Murray, who got the ball and decides to, you know, like in soccer when they give you the ball to take the throw in, you kill a little bit more time. That's not what happens in basketball. But you know what? He wasn't the only one who did this.
This one is not understandable at all. Like, are we playing rec basketball, Eric Bledsoe?
Does that even happen in rec? Don't you at least have to check it up or something?
But the difference is nobody cares in rec. So like, let's just play it. But it's like, what are you doing, and why do you give you so much money? We should actually pour one out for his facial hair.
Yeah, it's true. All right, pour one out for Giannis. He has a little gold tab there next to his name because the second time we featured him, we're not pouring one out for him. Pouring out for his jersey after he airballed yet another free throw. It's got to be the jersey's fault, right?
Was Drake there trolling him? Like, what is going on? Also, the second time he's airballed a free throw in a big spot.
All right, Marcus Smart, the latest victim of Luka Doncic, this time in an unfair way. Ooh!
That's happened to him a couple times this year.
Right in the Lukas.
Listen, take the charge or block, but you're in between, you get hit in the balls, in the in-betweens.
Not smart, am I right?
Very, very, very right.
Okay, we show you this from the Lakers game because history was made. That was called a foul. Nick Nurse challenges. Coming in, he was 0 for a billion in coaches' challenges. What you see next is historic. Yes, he wins the challenge, Donnovan. Look at this. This is amazing. Pour one out for coaches' challenges because Nick Nurse finally won one. This assistant coach is like, nah.
No.
We got, like, we need to figure out the lineup. He's hugging a random fan in the crowd.
Jen Quinn excited for him. He's excited for himself.
There's a PR release that's going to come out right now. Amazing. Will Barton got megged.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is worthy of a whole bottle being poured out.
And he hits the shot.
Yeah, of course.
And he stares at the bench. Like, what? Talk to your boy.
42 and 10. 42 and 10. Trae Young, baby. Okay.
Oh, Garland.
Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, Garland. Why are you doing him so?
Don't reach out, teach. Pour one out for Anthony Davis. Bam! Ooh. Hit the ground, big dog. Hit the ground, big dog. It's like looking in a mirror, except, nah, this guy's better than you.
And he tried to foul. Hey, stop. No. Too strong.
Damn. Oh, Trez.
With two hands.
Trez has been featured here a couple times. He's got the 2 tab next to his name as well. You know what's funnier about this?
What's that?
The blocks that came probably in the IG comments because somebody tagged Montrezl Harrell in Chris Boucher's Instagram comments after the game saying, yo, that block was insane. And Trez is like, yo, don't at me in this man's page. I don't want to say the rest, it's bad. So
hey, don't get blocked with 2 hands at the rim, Trez.
Pour one out.
I think Chris Boucher, who we are going to start calling Block Quebecois.
No, you don't like Swatter Boy? Bobby Boucher, Water Boy, Chris Boucher, Swatter Boy?
Let us know.
That's pretty good. Please hit the comment.
Swatter Boy?
Swatter Boy.
Block Quebecois. I think he's going to do that to a lot of people this year.
Yes. More minutes for him, and again, we'll talk to him. Okay.
Pour one out.
All right.
The homies we lost. Montrez. Feel for you, my G.
One of the homies that's gaining this offseason and into this season is Fred VanVleet,
Yes.
who seems to have an endorsement with just about every company known to man. Not in the bad way. I don't say that to be crass. I say that because he supports a lot of things, and a lot of these companies want to align with a guy as positive and as inspirational as Fred VanVleet. Well, recently you sat with him at an American Express event, and he talked to you about a whole lot of things, including the origin of Bet On Yourself.
Some brand that I'm very proud to be partnered with. It's a staple in the world as a financial brand. So I pride myself on being an entrepreneur, and this is a company that backs entrepreneurs, and it was a no-brainer for me.
What's going on that every brand at sea wants to be in partnership with you? American Express, Roots, Shoeless Joe, Sick Kids, Jif. I'm probably forgetting something. Axe. My God, you are out there.
People told me not to start my own business. People told me, just stick to basketball. People told me I couldn't do a lot of things.
Try to partner myself with brands that I believe in and that believe in me, and if their interest is there, we can work together. And as you attain more success and get your story out there, people can gravitate towards that.
I don't want to get anyone else mad in the Raptors room. You got the best logo in the room, okay?
How did you have the confidence to come with a line when people thought you might be in the G League or coming off the bench nonstop?
The shop was never built out of a basketball career anyway. That's something that I always had a passion for, something that I always wanted to do, and making it to the NBA, having a platform just allowed me to make that transition easier. So I kind of created my own thing, and it's grown into something that, you know, has become a staple in my life, and obviously back home my community, and it's something that I look forward to keep growing.
How do you find the time to be invested and do both?
I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. There's days when I get overwhelmed. There's days when I spend too much time on one thing or the other, but I just always try to keep the main thing, and all my time, for the most part, needs to go into basketball. I've been blessed to have a good team behind me, good family behind me, and those people allow me to stay grounded and also divvy my time with as I need.
Bang! Fred VanVleet from downtown! Undrafted, unheralded out of Wichita State.
He's a self-made NBA player. Fred VanVleet has just been fantastic.
He has delivered time and time again for Toronto.
Part of that success is being rewarded fiscally by the team, and when you sign a new deal, when your contract is on the internet and in the newspaper, everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Do you start to get people coming at you with business opportunities because they know you got a little bit of paper?
It gets worse by the day. It started when I first got into the league, and they don't put the money when it's not a lot. So the only thing that was put out was that I signed a 2-year deal as a rookie. So that could have been any amount of money. People didn't know that it was not a lot. But then signing a deal that's public like that, people notice that. And whether it's genuine or not, you don't really get a good read on that. You just know that you're flooded with different type of opportunities, good, bad, and otherwise, and you have to try to manage through that and make smart decisions.
Congratulations to Fred. Congratulations to his family. And for all you kids out there, as Fred says, and don't be afraid to bet on yourself.
The slogan, bet on yourself. Why?
Because I had to. I've always had to. It's been my entire life. I've never been the favorite. I've never been chosen, in terms of the public's perception. And it's something that more people gravitated to than I would think. And it's growing and growing, and I'm going to continue to keep betting.
Can you imagine going from being at your draft party telling people you're not drafted to being the pitch man for multiple corporations, and now all of a sudden everyone's talking to you about going into business with you?
Forget even the business part. To an NBA champion, to a significant part of an NBA championship team. What a story for Fred VanVleet. One I think guys on his team, Terrence Davis, are emulating as well. And again, there aren't a lot of better stories than that in the NBA. I know it's garnered some reaction for you. Let's get to it in our third quarter. You control this chat. You control this chat.
Yo, whose mans are these?
Yo, I don't know whose mans these are, but These mans are pretty whack, and I'll tell you why. And we're gonna put you on blast for your grammar. We said this is gonna be an interactive show that's about you, so we're taking your questions literally and putting them up here. So Habs for Life says, do you think the Toronto Raptors can go pretty far in the playoffs?
I do. Yeah.
Because you weren't a big believer at the beginning of the season.
Like, no.
I'm not putting you on blast.
Now we're getting carried away.
I
said they could win a round or two. What? They have to be an NBA champion every year?
The standards are now here.
It was Young Lee who early in the chat said they're top 2 and they're not 2. And I rate the line.
The line's good.
I don't know if it's facts.
It's not facts or not, but
I rate the line.
All right, Inferno. We appreciate your comments. It says again, thoughts on DeRozan rumors to the Magic. Jeff Weltman's
there. It kind of makes sense. Like, why do the Spurs want DeMar DeRozan to play in the way that they don't normally play?
Yeah, well, there's something about Greg Popovich and the way that things get done there that make you want to do something. But I think it'd be in the Spurs' best interest to trade both him and LaMarcus Aldridge this year.
Agreed.
I really think it's in their best interest. They have a pretty competitive team. Without those two guys, they can get some assets back and be better sooner than later, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if DeRozan's traded.
It's true, and Orlando is in that purgatory where they are too good to get high in the lottery to get better, but they're also not close to competing for a championship right now.
But they're not better than the Raptors, as a lot of people predicted they would be this season.
Not me. He's not talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about him. In this instance, I'm not talking about you.
Damn.
Although you did say the Raptors would be 5th in the East, so I don't know who you would have had above them. All right. Random Creative says Chris Boucher is the French Chris Bosh.
Why?
I don't know.
They're both skinny
have
and
CBs
Raptors
as their initials.
How about Chris Boucher becomes the French Keon Clark first, and then we can work to Chris Bosh.
How about Chris Boucher plays more than 12 minutes a game? Let's wait, guys.
That's
let's
true
wait.
too.
It's been a good run, and again, we're gonna highlight him in a hot second. But let's all calm down for a minute.
Don't you dare profile Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher is the first Chris Boucher.
The names are, you know what? I think just like Bosch and Boucher, I think it was like more of a joke now that I read it again. And so, sorry if we took that too seriously.
I'm not sorry, it's not funny.
Yo, Monster Cake writes in, wow, Warriors are not trash. You're hating.
Okay.
That's the grammar.
I mean,
that's the grammar.
How about we just go to, I don't know, NBA.com, where the Warriors are in last place in the NBA with 2 wins and 9 losses. They've losing games by 9.5 points. Steph Curry, hurt. Draymond Green, I mean, he's probably not really hurt, but they're tanking.
Klay Thompson.
Done for the year, virtually. Yeah, the Warriors.
Eric Pascal, their new stud.
Listen, I love the Warriors. I have League Pass for the Warriors. Also Sportsnet now. The Warriors are trash.
All right, we'll end the show with some more of your reaction. Let's get to one of my favorite parts of the show in the fourth quarter. It's a segment we call For the Culture. It is bringing you the best of the non-basketball stuff related to the basketball players. I'll start.
Okay.
In a collab that felt like it was made just for me. Esports NHL host for a couple things on this platform and other platforms. NHL 20, Adidas, have added 3 non-hockey player skins to the game, or they will be in a couple of weeks. One of them is a Kyle Lowry shirt, one is a Juju Smith-Schuster shirt, and one is an Adam Thielen shirt. There's a whole package centered around these athletes. The Lowry one is insane. It's a purple jersey with a Canadian leaf with like basketball emblems on them and K-Low on the back. It's pretty cool. I like the collab. I like the creativity from the video game, a hockey video game trying to hit a different demo. Here for it.
I like that a lot. Speaking of hitting different demos, Snoop D-O-double-G. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's doing play-by-play, he's doing color.
Does whatever he wants.
He does whatever he wants. Yeah. I'm here for it. We've seen Drake do some broadcasting with the Raptors before. I love me some Snoop, and when he's breaking down the Lakers, I'm all for it.
Get there, let's go. Let's go. Push that, LBJ, run that point. PG, get out there, Bradley, get out there, give it back to him. Oh, 3s, please. JaVale McGee, I love him and Dwight Howard and AD down there.
Okay, so I have a question. Who's, because you know Drake does this, right?
Yes, I do.
Like with Matty D. So Drake or Snoop Dogg behind the mic? In this behind the mic, I mean.
I would go with Drake because I feel like Drake knows more than the first 4 guys on the roster. But Snoop wearing glasses indoors, breaking it down.
Are you surprised at that?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, well, you shouldn't be. All right, It sucks the Raptors are injured. That we know. What this provides for us is injury fits.
Okay.
And you have to think Serge Ibaka has been waiting for a day to get hurt because my guy's pulling out straight fire courtside with the boots and with the mad flexing gear. This is all Tom Brown everything, all right?
Yes.
The double-breasted blazer, the t-shirt, Kyle doing his damn thing as well. Meant to put the other picture from yesterday with the Louis V suitcase, the pure gangster suit, and the boot. I'm here for injured Raptors flexing. I'm waiting to see if OG is on the sidelines with glasses on to protect the eye when he doesn't play against Portland.
He was on the bus with glasses on. Serge with a heavy scarf as well in LA. It was a great look.
Serge doesn't care.
Notice that the boot and the jacket color coordinated.
Yeah, bro, that's not by accident. I'm
It's
telling you, not with Serge.
No, his wheels were taken care of. Speaking of wheels taken care of,
Yeah.
Giannis,
Yes.
the Greek freak, he's
Yes.
got his own shoe.
Yes.
They came out with some PE colorways for colleges, NCAA colleges. The places where Giannis did not play basketball.
No, right.
But-
Places where the players don't get paid to endorse these.
Correct.
Sorry.
Correct. Thank you for pointing it out.
You're welcome.
But Giannis was very, very excited about it.
This is cool, man. The Giannis story is cool, man, because of sharing shoes with his brother.
Yeah,
Now he's got
good
his
point.
own sneaker line. Like, that must be a real humbling and rewarding kind of experience. So shout out Giannis for that. Speaking of shoes, Kyle Lowry unboxed an exclusive pair of Adidas championship shoes yesterday, and these things are, you know, they're pretty cool. They're not like too crazy in that you can't wear them, but they're flashy enough where if you wanted to just display these bad boys, they'd be pretty good. The world champ's signature on the shoes, the scores from all the games in the build-up,
like that.
and they're dropping only 613 pairs in conjunction with the Raptors winning on June 13th, 6/13. They come out, the ads out there from the Raptors, they come out Sunday on the Raptors app. Pretty good collection piece, if you ask me.
Listen, I'm looking for a reason to wear Ultra Boost.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying.
Just walk my dog for
You
no
and I
reason.
don't need excuses to get more
with
pairs
Ultra
of
Boost.
shoes, right?
And I don't even have a dog. Let us know. Do you like those? Hot or not? Fire or a little mild? Speaking of shoes, Lowry's long been a three stripes Adidas guy. Luka Doncic, who may be an MVP, he is a bit of a sneaker-free agent.
Yeah.
And the way
Surprising.
Yes, it is. The way Giannis is an international superstar, maybe can a brand go into Europe? Looks like Under Armour has the lead with Luka because he's seen with some Curry 7s on the feet. Now we know he trains with Curry in the offseason and his trainer Brandon Payne. Steph Curry's not wearing those on the court right now because he's hurt until the spring, evidently. If Luka goes to Under Armour and they have Embiid,
It's a good get. It'd be a good get for them.
and Curry
Be a good get.
and Luka,
Yep.
they would have a shoe trilogy.
I'm just surprised it's not signed yet. My guy's putting up triple doubles every night.
Yes.
Triple doubles every night. Unsigned.
With LeBron guarding him.
Overtime. Here in the chat room. It's NBA, like NB''EH. It's time to highlight our favorite Canadian NBA player of the last week. I will start.
Okay.
Shout out Andrew Wiggins,
Okay.
who I've slandered a number of times in my life, deservedly. My guy, over the last 4 games, has been incredible by Andrew Wiggins standards, all right? 32 points per game, almost 6 rebounds
Incredible
a game.
by any standards.
You're right, you're not wrong. 4.3 rebounds per game, over 50% shooting. Now, shooting 33% from 3 over the last week, but that's not his game. None of this was really his game, the efficient shooter. And so I like that that's coming. The Timberwolves are pretty good this year as well. And at the beginning of the year, I was like, it's all Karl Anthony Towns, but now I can happily say Andrew Wiggins has been a big part of that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to shout out Chris Boucher.
Give him the nickname, bro.
I'm not sure if you've heard, the people call him Block Quebecois. And he had a massive block, a two-handed block, which we saw earlier in the show. I love the fact that his blocks are with emphasis. Like, he wants you to really feel shameful for testing him. And now that he's got some run, those games have been real good the last 4. And so I want to give Chris Boucher some love.
I know the numbers look low on that because their average is over certain times. My guy's career high in points already. He's blocking Anthony Davis, Montrezl. Like, like not just blocking, like hurting their feelings in the process as well. And he's playing fourth quarter minutes, which is incredible to me against the Lakers. And I can't get over the fact that him, Fred VanVleet, Terrence Davis on the court at the same time trying to close out a game against the Lakers with Kyle and Serge injured, man. And that's really good for a guy who, if he wasn't injured at Oregon, probably would have been drafted. Went unsigned, rehab with the Warriors, played 1 minute that season, and then the Raptors took a chance on him, and they might be able to bear the fruit of his labor after all of that.
And this is a big year for him. Like, we think he's young because people are, trying to compare him to maybe turning into Chris Bosh. He needs to turn into an NBA player right now. My guy is 26 years old.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's gotten this opportunity and has been fearless with it, hitting those corner threes, I love to see it.
And we love to see all the comments going down right now. Let's get to our final thoughts. Daniel Bryan in the chat just writes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which we've highlighted on this show a couple times already. I actually
almost every week.
It's true. It's true. It's been him and RJ, honestly, because they've had such outstanding seasons.
Yeah.
I want to highlight something else right now, okay?
Okay.
The 3 players in the NBA that lead the league in increased points from one season ago to this year, okay? Number 3 is Luke Kennard, who last year 9.7 points, right now 18.9. That's plus 9.2 points per game.
Okay.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is number 2 from 10.8 last year to 20.1 this year, 9.3. Who do you think number 1 is?
Wiggins?
Pascal Siakam.
Oh, there you go.
Pascal Siakam, 16.9 points last year to 26.3. He ended the year 2 seasons ago, averaging just 7.3 points per game, and he's up 19 points per game in less than 2 seasons. That's insane. And so I know we were kind of like half joking about most improved again, but are we really half joking about that?
Well, 2 seasons ago, he was shooting in the 20s from 3. Now he's taking off the dribble step back threes and wetting them. And here is the scariest part. Your boy is 25 years young. He's still getting better, still lots of room to grow.
We appreciate, again, all of this. Again, this chat is fun, and we wish we could reply to as many comments as we can, but as we go on, we will try to interact with each and every single one of you. And of course, it is the NBA chat room. We encourage you guys to @ us throughout the week with things that go down, and we will try to throw it in the Pour One Out segment or our headline segment if there's something you want to talk about. It's amazing. If you're here right now, and again, you haven't hit subscribe, please hit subscribe, because putting out basketball content throughout the season on top of a bunch of obviously other amazing content revolving around a bunch of other amazing sports. But like we said every week, we're trying to build a basketball community here and grow this sport in this country off the momentum of the Raptors and the amazing Canadians. 17 now in the NBA with O'Shea Brissett doing his thing. 12 of them played in a game on one night last week, which I think would be an all-time record. Without looking, I think it would just be an all-time record.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Anything for the people?
Listen, make sure you are here every Wednesday at this time to have this conversation. Canada, I don't hate the Raptors. I love the Raptors. And I love you.
Yeah.
And if you love this show, watch next week, because guess what? It's going to be better, because I'm not going to be in this seat.
Damn!
Danielle Michaud
It is going to be better.
If there is any reason to watch right here next week, that's it.
And she was in LA. Big shout out to her for doing her damn thing on the sidelines in the Clippers game that you saw on Sportsnet. Interviewing Lily Singh, getting mad Camila Cabello, Shawn Mendes love in her Twitter account. Anytime you mention either of those names together, the stands will come and find you. Mad Twitter engagement because of that. Do you know who those people are? Sorry, I should always ask that to you first.
More powerful female Canadian right now. The first lady of late night, Lily Singh, or the first lady of the Sportsnet digital studio?
Damn, put it on the poll,
Danielle
man.
Michaud.
That might.
You just let me know.
That's a good question. We know the answer though. Listen, let's promo a couple NBA games going down on the network this week before we wrap this up. Dwight Powell, Canadian, and the Dallas Mavericks, and Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis taking on RJ Barrett, Ignas Brazdeikis, and the New York Knicks. A couple Canadians there as well. Kristaps' first visit back to New York. Other New York borough team, the Brooklyn Nets, taking on Jamal Murray and the Denver Nuggets, 10:30 Eastern. Also on Sportsnet 1, 8 Eastern on Sportsnet 1 for the Knicks game, 10:30 Eastern for the Nets and the Nuggets.
I can't wait to see Jamal Murray just cross up Kyrie. Can't wait.
Pour one out. You got to clean that up. There's a huge stain on the carpet. We are going to bounce. We will see you next week here on NBA Chatroom, youtube.com/Sportsnet. That's where you find us. Peace. Bro.